Hello, good morning. How are you? I'm Burke, and you're watching Angry Buzzard Autos. Alright, well thanks for checking out this video on the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. This is a 1993, actually born on November of 1992, and it is the original, I guess you'd say like the base model. No turbos or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this. I will list everything out about this car, and why don't we just do a quick walk around and get started on this thing. This is a very lovely 1993 first generation Mitsubishi 3000 GT base. This car is related to the Dodge Stealth, and it's beginning to become a collector's item even though it is a base model. And the 3000 GT's chassis was based around the Eclipses. You might check that out. And these cars had great selling success during the 1990s. The car sold more models than the Nissan 300ZX, the Mazda RX-7, and the Toyota Supra combined. However, by the late 1990s, sales dropped a lot because of increased prices and a lack of demand for sports cars such as this. So these cars were produced from 1990 to 1993 and featured pop-up headlights. This model has front-wheel drive, transverse 3.0 liter V6 dual overhead cam engine producing 222 horsepower, 201 pound-feet of torque, a 4-speed automatic transmission, might get about 24 miles to the gallon. Top speed might get up to about 150, a curb weight of 3,813 pounds, riding on 225s on 17-inch rims, front and back, a weight distribution ratio of 58 to 42, which is actually pretty decent compared to my Toyota 86, which is a 53-47, and it's remarked as a drift car. You can pause this slide to review the specs if you wish. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, this car has a good driver injury rating, and the front passenger injury rating is pretty decent for a small sports car. And you can see there's no side impact data, which is similar to the 86 GT again, but I'm sure it's not that great. And I would also assume that the rollover rating has got to be pretty darn good. All of the customer reviews show that the majority of people are very satisfied with these cars. 71% from Edmunds, and then you've got 68% from Kelley Blue Book. You can also see that the quality of the car is pretty good, reliability is good, comfort's good, all that. It's a nice car. The original MSRP for this car is about $24,500. This person paid around $3,000 for this one. Paying $3,000 or so may not be too bad for an automatic. I found 3 cars. This first one I think is probably a manual, a 93 for $10,500 with over 59,000 miles. This one, a 96, 177,000 miles for about $5,000. And this 1991 manual also, a little over 34,000 miles for $12,500. So for the automatic transmission, it sounds like he's paid a good price so far. Edmunds values this car from a private party at about $1,500, from a dealer under $2,000. Kelley Blue Book values this car from private party at about $2,000, and from a dealer still maybe under $3,000. So He probably paid a pretty decent price for this, considering they are not easy to get a hold of. With proper maintenance, these cars can last for hundreds of thousands of miles and many, many years. This car has a lot of your normal wear and tear. Paint is thinning or going bad, a lot of door dings, which is pretty normal. That's okay. Has a broken fog light, and it's got a broken mirror, which has been decently repaired. It needs weather stripping, rubber, especially back here at the hatch. And in order to get the gas door open, he has to hold the gas door lever with the seat belt so it stays up, and then go out and go around and open up that gas cap door. Pretty much everything on this car is still good. Even though the body's got some dings and paint work needed, it's an old car, so that's to be expected. The lights are good. Wipers, wheels and tires, exhaust, the engine, the AC works great. The seats are really good, except the passenger seat's stuck. The dash is in fine shape, and the gauges, except for the tachometer, are all working well. So this is really in good shape for as old as it is. The rear seats are in really good condition. You can fit people back here. He has had his friends in the back seat, and so, you know, they're functional. But in reality, they are much like my 86 GT. There is not any legroom whatsoever. The shifter handle has gotten loose, which is fairly common. Plenty of information on the internet how to take care of this. So the problems are a loose shifter, which is pretty common. Tachometer is off by about 800. Belts can slip or squeak with the AC on, especially when you drive more quickly. I never noticed that. The gas cap door is difficult to open. The driver's side window will get on top of the rubber seal if you don't close the door properly. The passenger seat is stuck because the cable is broken. The seat belts will not retract very well, another common problem. And you can have an oil leak from the transfer case, delayed shifts with the automatic transmission, front brake hose may crack over time. Those three are fairly common as well. And if you're over 6 feet, there's not a lot of headroom for you. Visibility is really great. Driver's side, you can easily see any blind spots. Front, perfectly good. Getting over to the passenger side, that is nice as well. You even got the little window at the back seat, and the rear window is very good too. Yeah, looking out the back of the car is easy. You got a good range of vision there. All right, this car is driving very well, smooth. The power feels very smooth. Looking out front is easy. This driving position is nice. It's a little bit off to the side, off to my left-hand side. And you can see there's not hardly any front end for you to be concerned with trying to look over. Not like a old 70s Corvette or something, or a Viper. The steering feels very responsive. It's not dramatic in any way, doesn't feel weird. So as far as a regular driver is concerned, it is perfect. It feels really nice. So let's just see how it feels. It's normally about a 20 mile an hour turn or so. So I'm gonna hit it at about 30, 40, I'm at 40 miles an hour right now. So you can see this is a sharp turn. That's 30 miles an hour. Oh, that was nothing. So this car took that curve extremely well, like it was nothing. So that was wonderful. And let's see how it sounds going over some of these lumps and bumps. Sounds good. So you've got about 27 years old, and I'm not hearing a bunch of rattles. So it still feels like a pretty fresh, tight car. You know, it's just kind of cruising on its own. I'm not hardly giving it any throttle. And it's got a nice gentle cruise at about 55 or 60. As soon as I get over this bridge, I'm going to accelerate from 60 to 80. And I'm going to give it more gas than I did before, just to simulate more of trying to pass somebody on the highway. So here we go. So that did fairly well. I'm going to do a very gentle 20 to 60. Gentle, I'm going to lean into the throttle and just see how it feels like you're getting on the on-ramp of a highway. Kind of stepping into it, getting that overdrive going. So yeah, I hit 60 pretty quick. So that was good. So this car still has good pickup, which, you know, will give you a good sense of reliability and dependability for highway use, that's for sure. So I'm going to hold it at about 65 and see how we perform going up these hills. So here's the little hill right here. I'm keeping my foot in the same position. Back up to 65 real quick. Now we're hitting the bigger hill right here. So we lost about 5 miles an hour on that. So not a perfect test, but just kind of shows it cruises fairly well. You don't have to mess around with your throttle that much in order to maintain your speed. So my final thoughts is that this is a great daily driver. It's sporty and good looking. It's got great cornering ability. It's easy to get stock parts, and there's lots of good information about this car on the internet. And they have good lastability, over 100,000 miles, so you're okay there. Just be careful how much you pay. Really think about it and investigate. Now, as far as anything else, it is a little bit of a heavy car. The transmissions on the first generations can fail, so be sure to really check that out. And it's not really a performance car. These are more of a collectible car, although you can easily do a good engine swap on these, get them modified. A lot of good modifications for these, and you can have a lot of fun with them. But they are starting to become collectible cars. So enjoy it. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate your time in watching this. Comment below if you wish, and hit that subscribe button if you like these videos. Thank you so much. That would be great. I will have 2 links in the description down below where I got some of my information. And aside from that, enjoy, happy hunting if that's what you're doing, looking for one of these types of cars. And be sure to do your paperwork. Consider getting a good mechanic to check over some of these older cars, and actually any car. So anyway, y'all have a great day. See you later. Try to relax. And I'm out of here. Bye.